Let's explore how to achieve effortless effort with daily meditation. This evening's lesson is drawn from Chenrezig's Easy Dzogchen. Together, let's chant. Those who tread the path of yin use the awareness of the preciousness of a meditation opportunities to frighten us into neurotic diligence. But upon this path of yin we joyfully flow from the effortless effort of love-centered spontaneity. As we breathe in, we could silently and mentally recite this bit in italics and then sort of mentally hand it to our subconscious to deal with. During our exhalation, we can physically relax as best we can, whilst striving to chant these 12 syllables 4 times per breath, together. Make the most of it. Let's try this again. A lot of it. Om mani baby yung, 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 om mani baby yung. Om mani baby yung, 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 om mani baby yung. Om mani baby yung, 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 om mani baby yung. Om mani baby yung, om mani baby yung. Om mani baby yung, 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 om mani baby yung. Trying to force ourselves to strive harder than is sustainable is not sustainable. And it will only excite the anxiety and aggression of our amygdala, which is pretty much the opposite of the peace and love and joy that we want to define our lives. However, when every 12 hours or so, we practice mindfulness in harmony with our sympathetic nervous system, our sympathetic nervous system's inhalations, and we practice meditation in harmony with our parasympathetic nervous system's exhalations, then our blood ceases to collect at our amygdala and instead collects at our anterior cingulate gyrus, as is found in fMRI studies. This causes us to access the highest empathy, which is spontaneous and uncontrived. When our choices, utterances, and deeds flow from the effortless effort of love's centered spontaneity, our life could be pretty much like a Buddha's paradise of lore. I look forward to chanting and meditating with you after approximately 30 seconds of housekeeping. This is Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School for more than 30 years. I've spent more than 8 hours a day every day studying, practicing, mastering, and reverse engineering the teachings and techniques of each sect of Buddhism so that you would not have to. Welcome to Meditate Like a Jedi, which is made possible due to the generosity of viewers just like you. Whoops. We're going to practice Chenrezig's Easy Dzogchen. Dzogchen, the contemporary practice of Dzogchen, comprises three categories of practices: those pertaining to awareness and letting go, bliss and letting go, as well as love and letting go. Chenrezig is the Tibetan translation of the Sanskrit Avalokiteshvara and could translate into English as kind gaze. It refers to this archetype, which reminds us of the fact that we already possess the neurology required to rapidly and easily master the Buddha's path. During the entirety of this evening's practice, we're going to flip and flop between mantra meditation and silent meditation. So let's begin with the mantra's meaning. Together, let's chant. Om, I invoke the wish-fulfilling Mani Jewel of love and the purifying Pemi lotus of letting go, supplicating with whom may love and letting go be mastered by all. This practice is divided up into sets of practices. Each set begins with a mantra meditation and ends with a silent meditation. So you could think of this as a collection of several modules that you can pick and choose from depending upon how much time you have to practice. Our first module is Lama Khyena, which translates from the Tibetan as calling the teacher as from afar. And when we explore this figuratively, it turns out to be a bit of the old energy work that supports the practice of bliss and letting go, which is known by many names, including completion stage tantra, Bindu Mahamudra, Anu Yoga, as well as Tikle, which translates as drop, which is short for channels, winds, and drops. It could fit under the heading described in Sanskrit as Tantra Alpak, or described in Tibetan as Nyu Ngondro. This brass figure represents our enlightened potential, the fact that we have neurological equipment that has evolved specifically for mindfulness and meditation and empathy. This couple, sporting in tantric union, literally reminds us of the teachings and figuratively reminds us of either real or imagined energy that could coalesce either overhead or upon our head. During our exhalation, we could physically relax as best we can while striving to chant these 12 syllables 4 times per breath. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Having chanted the mantra 32 times, let us practice a bit of the old silent meditation. During our inhalation, please silently and mentally recite, perceiving this very turbulent play of mind. And during our exhalation, please silently and mentally recite, relaxing into mind's non-graspable nature. Welcome to this evening's live stream. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist meditation, Buddhist philosophy, or their application, simply type your question in great detail in the chat window. I apologize if I'm dog-faced today. I'm very pooped. So now we turn our attention to the outer set of preliminary practices. Please chant with me. Those who tread the path of yin use the awareness of stress to frighten us into an analog of morality. But upon this path of yin, the awareness of stressfuls our empathy. As we breathe in, please silently and mentally recite this italicized bit that we basically just hand off to our subconscious. During our exhalation, please physically relax as best you can while striving to chant these 12 syllables 4 times per breath. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. Together. Those who tread the path of yin use the awareness of interdependence to frighten us into a form of moral code. But upon this path of yin, the awareness of causality reminds us that our love can lighten others' loads. One moment. All right, let's continue. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. Together. CHANGE. Okay. Those who tread the path of yin use the awareness of impermanence to promote a pure different practice, although upon this path of yin the awareness of change could fuel our wisdom of letting go. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. Those who tread the path of yin use the awareness of the preciousness of all meditation opportunities to frighten us into neurotic diligence. But upon this path of yin we joyfully flow from the effortless effort of love-centered spontaneity. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. During our inhalation, please silently and mentally recite sitting tall, thus reminding ourselves to generate a vertical traction between our tush and our head. During our exhalation, please silently and mentally recite relaxing, thus reminding us to release. We now come to the module of the inner set of preliminary practices. In our empathy, may we long to free all beings from the tyranny of hate, craving, and confusion. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. By the way, good old Chagdud Tulku used to say that the antidote for hating was love and letting go. The antidote for craving was bliss and letting go. And that the antidote for confusion was awareness and letting go. In non-pragmatism, may your liberation of all others be fueled by your reliance on the Buddha's example, instructions, and students, described by the metaphor of the three wish-fulfilling jewels. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Rather than squander our time and energy and defensiveness, take two. Rather than squander our time and energy in defensiveness, how much wiser could it be to learn from all mistakes lessons, the flow from the centered spontaneity of mindfulness and meditation. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. A life squandered in competition and greed leads not to peace and fulfillment, but better to live in cooperation and generosity. One moment, if you please. From the top. A life squandered in competition and greed leads not to peace and fulfillment, better to live in cooperation and generosity. Add lives and may this mind shoot out crown. Add lives and may this life shoot out crowns. And then offer all my stuff to all beings of nirvana and samsara. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Having chanted the mantra 32 times, let us vulnerably, passively, viscerally, and randomly watch the play of mind. As silently and mentally we recite, notice this during each inhalation. And let us physically relax into mind's non-graspable nature. As silently and mentally we recite, relaxing during each exhalation. The next module is described in Sanskrit as Guru Yoga and in Tibetan as Lama Naljor. It also is, like our first module, energy work that supports us in our practice of bliss and letting go. So we breathe in, Lama blend with heart-mind. As we exhale, let us physically relax as best we can while we strive to chant this 12-syllable mantra 4 times per breath. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. As we inhale, let us silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this, and as we exhale, let us silently and mentally recite the 1-syllable verb ease. Having climbed to contemplative cruising altitude together as a team, let us meditate as profoundly as Qui-Gon Jinn on Naboo. We now come to a verified take of a common tantric practice. Actually, 8 of them. The first 4 are in this module, bringing the experience of the 4 bases of mindfulness, our experience of the circumstantial, the physical, the interpersonal, and the mental, into the conventional path of love and letting go, where it is love that is emphasized. This is known by many names, including generation or creation stage, Tantra Mahamudra, Mahayoga, or Tokal's leap over jealousy. So you're already used to the idea of silently and mentally reciting this italicized bit. However, these next 8 bits are highly metaphoric. Fortunately, the metaphors are reversed engineers in the chants that precede them. Precede them or Proceed. No, proceed. May all minds of all beings know me as peacefully wise as the mind of a real or imagined Buddha symbolized by a tikle, one suitable seed or bija mantra. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. May all relationships of all beings know me as joyfully loving as a real or imagined Buddha's communication symbolized by the six syllable mantra. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. May all bodies of all beings now enjoy the beautiful health depicted in Buddhist art of the blissful body of a real or imagined Devi or Yidam, an archetype of enlightenment such as Chenrezig. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Together. May all circumstances or lots of all beings now have the good fortune or boon as a Buddha's real or imagined paradise, pure land or Vati. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. And now let us watch the play of mind and relax into its non-graspable nature. Now let us bring the experience of the four bases of mindfulness into the ultimate path of love and letting go, where it is letting go that is emphasized and where we leap over pride. As we inhale, we could notice all mind's perceptions, emotions, intentions, cognitions, recollections, and imaginings quite clearly. Yet as we relax into our exhalation, they could feel as not graspable or avoid as a real or imagined bija suitable of light. Om mani mimi yung 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 om mani mimi. Oopsie, let's continue. Got a little carried away. As we inhale the interpersonal experience of communication, our speech should sound quite resounding. Yet as we relax into our exhalation, it could feel as not graspable or what is a real or imagined mantra of light. Om mani mimi yung 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 om mani mimi yung. As we inhale, our bodies or pulse could feel quite sensual. Yet as we relax into our exhalation, they could feel as not. I'm having some trouble here. Let's try this again. Yet as we relax into our exhalation, they could feel as not graspable or what is a real or imagined octuple yidam of light. Om mani mimi yung 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 om mani mimi yung. As we inhale, all circumstances or lots could appear quite vivid. Yet as we relax into our exhalation, they can feel as not graspable or what is a real or imagined paradise or vati of light. Om mani mimi yung 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 om mani mimi yung. Let us rest in the nature of mind. Let us bring the illusion of the horizontal duality of us and them into the dance of impermanence and interdependence known as Madhyamaka's Yoga of Inconceivability. All circumstances are lost blissfully and impermanently melt into rainbow light that interdependently absorbs into this body or form. Om mani mimi yung 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 om mani mimi yung. All forms of bodies could blissfully and impermanently melt into rainbow light that interdependently absorbs into this communicational speech. Om Mani Mimi Yung, 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 Om Mani Mimi Yung. All interpersonal speech could blissfully and impermanently melt into rainbow light that interdependently absorbs into this mind. Om Mani Mimi Yung, 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 Om Mani Mimi Yung. All minds could blissfully and impermanently melt into rainbow light that interdependently absorbs into our vast empty void. Like the illusion of the infinite azure sky on a bright and beautiful cloudless morn, which although tantalizing to the eye could be not graspable to the hand. Om Mani Mimi Yung, 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 Om Mani Mimi Yung. Let us bring the five body regions into the path of bliss and letting go. I'm going to do a quick edit. Please bear with me. Okay. Whoops, that was an error. Okay. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever lower abdomen we may have noticed during our inhalation, could begin to feel as ungraspable as real or imaginable as cities in a block of green light. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever navel we may have noticed during our inhalation could begin to feel as not graspable as real or imagined, rather sambhava syllable tram of gold light. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever just we may have noticed during our inhalation could begin to feel as not graspable as real or imagined, nakshobasirable blue light. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever threat we may have noticed during our inhalation could begin to feel as non-graspable as real or imagined, amitabha free of red light. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever chronoscope we may have noticed during our inhalation could begin to feel as not graspable as real or imagined, Vadojana syllable of white light. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Let us bring the 5 perceptions into the path of awareness and letting go. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever sight we may have noticed during our inhalation could begin to feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever sound we may have noticed during our inhalation could begin to feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever sense we may have noticed during our inhalation could begin to feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever flavor we may have noticed during our inhalation could begin to feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever sensation we may have noticed during our inhalation could begin to feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Let us bring the 5 mental poisons into the path of awareness and letting go. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever hate we may have noticed during our inhalation could begin to feel as non-graspable as mirror-like wisdom's clairvoyant. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Welcome to the remainder of this evening's live stream. Oops, having some troubles with my coordination. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist meditation, Buddhist philosophy, or how to apply them, simply type your question in great detail in the chat window. Together, let's chant. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever pride we may have noticed during our inhalation could begin to feel as non-graspable as the equalizing wisdom of primordial voidness. So here's how mantra meditation works. As we breathe in, we silently and mentally recite this italicized bit, which we promptly hand over to our subconscious. During our exhalation, we physically relax as best we can. While chanting, we're striving to chant these 12 syllables 4 times per breath. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Together. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever greed we may have noticed during our inhalation could begin to feel as non-graspable as discerning wisdom's bliss void. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. Together. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever jealousy we may have noticed during our inhalation could begin to feel as non-graspable as all accomplishing wisdom's void intellect. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever confusion we may have noticed during our inhalation could begin to feel as non-graspable as all-pervasive wisdom's awareness void. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. Let us watch the play of mind vulnerably, passively, viscerally, and randomly, as easily as silently and mentally reciting the demonstrative pronoun this during each inhalation. And let us physically, let us relax into the non-graspable nature of mind, as silently and mentally we recite the one-syllable verb ease during our exhalation. Please bear with me. I must perform a quick edit. Okay. Well, that's better. Let us bring the 5 aggregates into the path of awareness and letting go. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever body or form we may have noticed during our inhalation could begin to feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever feelings, such as pleasure, pain, or other we may have noticed during our inhalation, could begin to feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever appraisal of pleasure or pain's intensity or volume we may have noticed during our inhalation could begin to feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever impulse, such as pushing, pulling, or clinging we may have noticed during our inhalation, could begin to feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever awareness of perception, emotion, intention, cognition, recollection, or imagination we may have noticed during our inhalation can begin to feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void. Welcome to the remainder of this evening's live stream. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist meditation, Buddhist philosophy, or its application, simply type your question in great detail in the chat window. So what's the key to really productive mantra meditation? During the inhalation, we could recite silently and mentally recite the essence of what we just chanted, relaxing into mind. We can then hand that off to the subconscious, and as we exhale, we can physically relax as best we can while striving to chant these 12 syllables 4 times per breath. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. The key to the effortless practice of mindfulness is to silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this during each inhalation. And the key to relaxing and releasing meditation is to silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb ease during each exhalation. Let us bring the 5 thoughts into the path of awareness and letting go. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever emotion we may have noticed during our inhalation could begin to feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void. Om Mani Mimi Yung, 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 Om Mani Mimi Yung. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever intention we may have noticed during our inhalation could begin to feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void. Om Mani Mimi Yung, 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 Om Mani Mimi Yung. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever cognition we may have noticed during our inhalation could begin to feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void. Om Mani Mimi Yung, 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 Om Mani Mimi Yung. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever recollection we may have noticed during our inhalation could begin to feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void. Om Mani Mimi Yung, 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 Om Mani Mimi Yung. Welcome to the remainder of this evening's live stream. If at any point you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist meditation, Buddhist philosophy, or how to apply them, simply type your question in great detail in the chat window. Together, let's chant. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever imagination we may have noticed during our inhalation could begin to feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void. Om Mani Mimi Yung, 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 Om Mani Mimi Yung. Let us practice mindfulness by silently and mentally reciting the demonstrative pronoun this during each during each inhalation. And let us practice meditation by silently and mentally reciting the one-syllable verb ease during each exhalation. Sometimes it can feel like energy is getting stuck in part of our joints. What follows is an excellent antidote for that. Oh, that's on. Huh. Okay, let's do the old switcheroony. Bear with me, please. Let's see here. Gonna hit cut. And paste. And paste. Okay, thank you very much for your patience. Let us now transcend the illusion of samsara and nirvana's vertical duality by metaphorically inviting all the real or imagined Buddhas, their paradises, and their denizens to dwell in the 84,000 pores of our skin, thus practicing the body mandala of duality's awareness and non-duality's release. So, despite all that jibber-jabber, it's totally easy. As we breathe in, we silently and mentally recite this italicized bit. We then hand it off to our subconscious. And during our exhalation, we strive to physically relax as best we can while striving to chant these 12 syllables 4 times per breath. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. We come to this evening's final meditation module, so let's make the most of it. Come, let us drag the spontaneous play of mind, kicking and screaming, into the path of awareness and letting go. As we breathe in, relaxing into this, as we exhale, we physically relax as best we can, while striving to chant these 12 syllables 4 times per breath. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om Mani bimi yung, oh mani bimi yung. 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 Let us seal this evening's practice with the love that wishes for the universal mastery of Buddha's Eightfold Path. May all master letting go in love as well as kind communication, conduct, and calmness. Oopsie. There we go. May all master the effortless effort of love-centered spontaneity as well as mindfulness and meditation. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. In approximately 10 3/4 hours, I would very much like to return to lead tomorrow's early meditation class and group practice. And if you are as geeky as me, may the force be with you always.